Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be working on my 2006 Pontiac GTO, and I will be showing you how to upgrade the interior lights to LEDs. Let's get started. Before you get started, what you're going to want to grab is a plastic pry tool, a roll of electrical tape, and at least 2 flathead screwdrivers of varying sizes. 2 should be similar in size, and 1 should be a smaller one just in case we have to pry anything off that's being a little stubborn, and of course your LEDs. We're going to start back here in the trunk. Your trunk light is right up here, and once I get it pried off, I'll show you what to do. This one's very simple. Just take your flathead screwdriver and pry it out. As you can see, the electrical tape is going to be for this connector. It has a problem grounding out to the body and blowing the light, so that's what the electrical tape will be for. But let's get this disconnected and new one installed. Once your LED is in, be sure to plug it back up and check it before you finish your install. LEDs tend to have a problem where you have to flip them around. So if it doesn't work one way, try it the other way and make 100% sure it doesn't work before contacting the person you bought them from. If you do happen to blow your trunk light fuse, the fuse panel is behind this kick panel underneath your steering wheel. And all you have to do is grab either side and pull just a little bit, and it is hinged at the bottom. And it should fall right down. And your fuses are right here. So, after you've switched your LED around, double check, make sure it was working. Now we're gonna have to remove it to use the electrical tape and tape an ugly box around the outside of this thing so that doesn't happen again. So again, we have to put kind of this ugly tape box around here just so it won't ground out to the body, because it is just metal up here, and reinstall the same way you took it out. And there you have it. 1 light down, several more to go. And the next thing we're going to work on is the door light. So the door light is a little tricky, and this is where you need your 2 flathead screwdrivers. You have a slot up top and a slot on the bottom, and they have to be depressed at the same time in order to pull this lighting fixture out. So let me get this out and I'll show you guys. So after you have it out, it should look something like this. These are the plastic clips you have to push down at the same time in order to get this out, and your light lives inside this little metal box. So let's get this metal box out of the fixture and I'll show you guys how to change it. The little metal box does have a tab on one side, and all you have to do is squeeze the sides as you pull up and it should pop right off. So again guys, double check and make sure that the LED is facing the correct way. If it does not work, just flip it around and check it again. All you have to do is put that metal box back on and slip it back in. Now we're going to repeat the process on this side. So getting the light, the Footwell illumination light, out on the driver's side is a little simpler than the passenger side. If you look up here, oops, sorry. If you look up here, it's just on a little tab back here. So you just reach your hand behind, turn counterclockwise, and it should pull right out. I did this backwards, but I just wanted to show you guys that this little kick panel down here, there is a little nub on one side, and you have 2 body panel clips over here. Try to get this on video. So you have one over here and one back here. All you have to do is grab the very edge closest towards the center console and just pull down just a little bit. And once that comes down, then you can pull the nub out of the other side, and installation is the same in reverse. So find your little plugs. Sorry, but find your little plugs, push back up, and that's it. Next, let's work on the Glovebox light. Open your Glovebox, find your light, and just like the rest of them, you're gonna pry from one side gently. And when I get that off, I'll show you what it looks like. So the clip to get this one off is located towards the driver. It is located on the left side of the light. Push in, pull down, And there you have it. So far, this has been the most difficult one to do. So if you're comfortable with it, go ahead. I had to bend the prongs around a little bit just to get it all fit. I did buy an extremely wide LED. I will leave a link in the description to a narrower LED. That way you don't have to do this. Do it at your own discretion. I didn't like this one very much. Okay, the home stretch. So in your glove box, find your light. I do believe it comes off from this side, so try to wiggle a finger or something in there. Just like that. And I will show you when it's finished. And there you have it. So now we're moving on to what I would call the most tedious part. Removing this lens, and then there are 2 metal shields inside for your map lights, and I don't believe there's one for the dome light. But let's get this off and we'll take a look. So in order to remove this, there is a tab slot back here. You want to gently pry into the back tab slot, and this should come right off. Let me grab my plastic pry tool here. Careful not to break anything. There it goes. And as you can see, you have your dome light here, and your map lights are underneath these 2 little metal tabs. Now the metal tabs are held in by 2 little plastic tabs, and in order to get those out, we'll need to use a screwdriver. So let me grab one. So this proved to be a little more difficult than what I thought with one hand, but basically all you're gonna wanna do is pry the plastic pins away from the side in order to get this metal piece off, and your light will be underneath there. All right, and there it is all put back together. I have turned them just a little bit, try to make them out the holes a little better, but there they all are. All right, guys, and that's it. That is every interior light done and installed, all besides the vanity lights. So if you guys have sun visors, you guys with the vanity lights, I will try to find a write-up and put it down in the description so you guys have something to go off of. As well as in the description will also be all the sizes of the lights, the bulbs themselves. If you don't want LEDs, I'll put regular halogen bulbs in there. I will put the link to superbrightleds.com, which is where I got all of my LEDs from. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I will come back tonight and show you guys a video of it all lit up. All right, here it is all said and done. We're gonna start back at the trunk. But I feel like that's a lot better than factory. Pretty visible back here. Take you inside now. As you can tell, it's a lot brighter just already, but overall very happy with how this turned out. Everything is very bright, and I think it looks great. Turn the map lights on too. I love it. Like I said, a link will be in the description for everything. If I had to change a couple things, it would be the size of the bulb I bought for the glove box, and possibly the 194 bulbs. I feel like the Footwell illumination light has a bit of a blue tinge, but other than that, overall, extremely happy.